I went to one of the first job fairs that Round Rock ISD had and was picked up as a teacher at the middle school level at C.D. Folks Middle School. Became a math department chair during that time, and that's where I got the administration bug.
She was an extremely organized principal. She also was very innovative, and that led her to central office.
They created this position at that time last year for me, with me in mind. It was a new position, didn't know where I really stood and what I could push on, and I was going to ruffle some feathers.
I think she's just one of those people that's a leader and has always been a leader and will always be a leader. But I don't know if she owned it as much as she's owning it now. She had her impact, but it was quieter.
Part of the feedback I received from my team early on was, what is this hesitation that we see in you? They didn't see that with me as a principal.
When people give her feedback about what's working and what's not working, she takes it very seriously.
I'm not a risk taker by nature, and I tend to be very cautious, very organized, but if my purpose needs me to get outside of that box and it needs me to try something new, take on a hard conversation or a hard situation, then I have to do that. A lot of times we set goals for ourselves and we sometimes shy away from the really big dreams in life. We think, okay, that's not attainable, and we kind of dance around it, but we never go for it. If we want to impact and empower and hopefully inspire others to change, we have to model that. And I also realized that if I wasn't willing to get over my own humps, that it was going to be really hard for me to expect others to. For instance, weight loss. It's something I have always known I wanted to take on, and I felt like, oh, it's too big of a heap, and I just kept shying away from really getting started. And I rethought that after getting into the Holdsworth Center. So last year, about midway through our first year, I with confidence said, I'm going to start this. I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to do it the way I've always been told, no quick fixes. I'm going to take care of myself as a leader. I need to exercise, eat healthier. And I've lost about just shy of 60 pounds now on that journey.
I think in education, so often we're all giving people, and teachers and principals give and give and give until there's nothing left. And I think she really is the example for our district of how that's not sustainable. And until you make yourself a priority, you're never going to be functioning at the level you need to be.
As part of my getting healthier on the weekends, my husband and I love to go hiking. But I have a dreadful fear of heights. But I knew that if I don't allow myself to take some risks in that area, I'm not going to enjoy the full benefit of our hikes and what there is to see in this beautiful world. And so this last summer, we went to Colorado, and before I would have stopped on the trail and I would not have gone further. But now, this summer, I pushed on. I met those fears. I did get to see some things I've never gotten to see before and enjoy the beauty of the entire experience rather than just part of it. And it was a great accomplishment because I think metaphorically it helps me with my work goals in facing those fears and taking those risks. It is getting easier. I'm having to think of it less purposefully over time. And I do move forward without those hesitations that I used to have. I am responsible for my piece of this huge puzzle. And without me stepping up and being able to move forward and get over the hump or the fear or taking that risk, I'm going to hamper the larger organization from moving forward. Meeting those uncomfortable fears can help us move forward and grow. And I think that's going to have a lot of empowerment for our staff to realize that if they can work through things that are difficult for them, they can gain their wings and really start to see themselves be able to make a bigger difference in their part of the organization. I hope that this whole idea of leadership funnels down to our students, that they realize that leadership isn't just a role, it's a way of being and it's a way of making impact. We're here about student learning and student growth, and our children are worth it, and it's worth our doing what we have to do to make that come to light. I just stay focused on the work, to propel people to do their very best work so that kids get the very best from us. I'm Kristina Snow. I'm the Director of Leadership Development for Round Rock Independent School District, part of our Human Resources Department. My story holds worth.